There are going to be some really intense draft battles as we approach the 2022 NFL Draft. Today's head to head pits wide receiver Treylon Burks from Arkansas versus wide receiver Garrett Wilson from Ohio State University. Let's go ahead and get after it. Before we get into the video, if I could get you to please jet up the like button, and if you're new here and you enjoy the content, please consider subscribing to the channel. I want to let you know we'll be live streaming this upcoming Wednesday night talking all things Jets offseason. The link for that video will be in the description. One of the things that makes this 2022 wide receiver class so intriguing is that there seems to be no consensus when you're reading rankings or looking at mock drafts. These guys are all over the place. And so today I'm looking at two wide receivers that I believe the New York Jets are going to be coveting the most. And it's certainly the two wide receivers that Jets fans are really, really salivating over. I think that they both bring a lot to the offense. So let's go ahead and let's see who comes out victorious in this draft battle. When you take a look at their college production, it is very, very similar. Burks did have a few more receptions for more yardage, whereas Garrett Wilson had a little bit more touchdown production. And then what's really kind of cool is when you look at their season to season production, it incrementally increased for both players over the 3 years of their college careers. So too close to call. It's absolutely a tie. If you're a versatile player in the National Football League, then you have a lot of value to NFL teams. And I think Treylon Burks wins this competition hands down. They used him all over the formation in the Arkansas offense. He played running back, he played slot wide receiver, outside wide receiver. They used him kind of like a Deebo Samuel in the San Francisco 49ers offense. He had about 38 career rush attempts in the Arkansas offense to Garrett Wilson's 6 in the Ohio State offense. So to me, again, if I think about Mike LaFleur and what he likes to see in his players, he likes guys to be able to play multiple positions, and Treylon Burks certainly can do that. I'm really looking forward to watching these two players compete at the scouting combine. But, when you flip on the tape and when you read scouting reports, it seems apparent that Treylon Burks definitely has the long, deep speed that Garrett Wilson does not. Whereas Garrett Wilson has that short area quickness, that initial burst that Treylon Burks doesn't necessarily have. They both can leap and go up and get the football. So I'm going to call this one a tie, too close to call. I think this one's a no-brainer. It's a hands-down win for Garrett Wilson. He is the superior route runner as of right now, entering the NFL draft. He uses his feet, his body, his head, his eyes to trick defenders into thinking he's going one way, and then bam, he's gone the other way. And he creates a ton of separation with his proper technique and his route running. I think this is definitely an area of growth for Treylon Burks. He's certainly going to need to improve. When you watch him on film, when you read some of the scouting reports, there are some issues of him rounding out routes and not using proper technique. Not really a slight on him, but it's certainly somewhere that he is going to need to improve. I think this is one of those scenarios where it's, what do you prefer? Do you want the big, tall, strong wide receiver in Treylon Burks, who's going to be very, very difficult to tackle and bring down if you're a cornerback or a safety? There were numerous occasions in college football where he was able to use a strong, stiff arm or just to use his sheer size and to refuse to go down. I think that's something that's very, very, beneficial to have on an offense. And then Garrett Wilson is kind of the opposite of that. He's the slippery one. He's the guy that's very, very elusive with the ball in his hands. He can make you miss in the open field. So they both offer a ton of upside after the catch. So pick your poison really is what we're looking at here. Let's just be honest for a second. In the NFL, size does matter, and Treylon Burks has plenty of it. 6'3", 235 pounds. He has almost 50 pounds on Garrett Wilson's size. And this is not a slight on Garrett Wilson. He has plenty to be successful in the National Football League. But again, when you're looking at a comparison here, Treylon Burks easily wins this one. And he is just a really big dude. He is going to be a dominant force using his size in the National Football League. This is yet another category that was too close to call. Early on, I was very much leaning towards picking Garrett Wilson because of his route running ability and the importance that plays in this West Coast style of offense that LaFleur runs. But again, then I circled back to Treylon Burks and his versatility and how Mike LaFleur really values that. I do think that Treylon Burks would be a great scheme fit. Does he need to work on his route running ability? Definitely. But again, I think that both guys, if they drafted them, they would be able to make plays in this offense, and Mike LaFleur would love using both. In this last competition, I'm going to give the edge and the win to Treylon Burks. In regards to their hands, I simply just think that Treylon Burks has the better set and the stronger set of hands at the catch point in contested situations. He just does a better job. He plucks the ball out of the air, and although Garrett Wilson does have a decent set of hands, he does have some concentration drops on his resume and is not quite as good in those contested situations as I mentioned. So another win for Treylon Burks. So the winner of this draft battle is going to be Treylon Burks out of Arkansas. He defeats Garrett Wilson 7-5. Again, I think that both of these players are immensely talented, and I think the Jets fans will be really excited with either one of these guys if they are playing in the green and white in the fall. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Who should have won this draft battle? Do you think that Garrett Wilson should have won? Do you agree that Treylon Burks should be the winner? I look forward to reading and responding to all of your comments. I hope you enjoyed the video. Have an awesome day. Go Jets, and I'll see you guys next time.